Guten Tag. So I just wanted to confirm that we have done an orientation through the book, how the lessons are structured, what sections are there in each lesson. Those things we've done. Das ist der Inhalt. Das ist der Inhalt. Whatever is held inside, that is the Inhalt, which should be the contents, the Inhalt. Okay, whatever is held inside. Der Inhalt. Das ist der Inhalt von dem Buch. And then lesson 2, then you can just take 1 minute and go through the contents right now. And if you don't understand any term there in the contents page, for the first 2 lessons, please ask. Okay. Because this presentation, with this we begin lesson 3. So just go through the contents page of the first 2 lessons.
Sir, Uber.
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 What is the
Über sich und andere sprechen.
Über sich und andere sprechen? Speak about self and others. About. But not one to one.
Yes.
In this context, sprechen über is to speak about. You can't say über is about. Okay. You have to take it in the context. Sprechen über is to speak about.
And sir, verabschieden, is it a split verb?
No, it's not a split verb. So are there any doubts about any of the elements in lessons 1 and 2? Yeah. Mike?
So, actually, page 13, I don't understand the contents given in the box.
Page 13, Seite 13.
Seite 13.
Seite 13. What is the problem?
Gut.
The purple box.
Yeah.
Purple box. Gut gesagt. Wie bitte? Gut gesagt. Gut gesagt, well said. Gut gesagt is standard German phrase for well said. Okay. So well said meaning what are the good expressions in German to ask for something, to say something. So gut gesagt, wie bitte? Wie bitte? I told you the meaning of wie bitte.
Sorry what?
I beg your pardon, yeah. Please once again repeat, I beg your pardon. That's simply wie bitte. Wie bitte. Okay. So what is the context in which wie bitte is said? When is wie bitte said?
When you don't understand something that is said.
When you don't understand something that someone has spoken and you want them to repeat, so you say wie bitte. So there are other expressions in that field, in that semantic field, there are other expressions which are given in this purple box. So for example, Entschuldigung, noch einmal bitte. Entschuldigung. Excuse me, standard expression for excuse me. Entschuldigung. Noch einmal bitte. Once again please. One more time please. Noch einmal bitte. Bitte ein bisschen langsamer. Bitte ein bisschen langsamer. Schnell, langsam. Yeah, schnell, langsam. Langsam is slow. Schnell, fast, quick. This word is schneller, langsamer. The comparative of that. Faster, slower. Okay, langsamer. Bitte ein bisschen langsamer. Ein bisschen. Ein bisschen. Again, standard expression for a bit. Ein bisschen. Langsamer. Das verstehe ich nicht. Das verstehe ich nicht. Understand, verstehen, to understand. That I don't understand. Das verstehe ich nicht. Okay. So that is also one of the structural elements of the book, that if there are such options given to you, vocabulary options, then they would be in this kind of a box. And if you have been through the lessons and you understand most of it, then one last instruction is that the last page of every lesson, like for example, Seite 17, Lektion 1, Seite 17. Here all the elements that have been handled in the lesson are summarized. Okay, one second. So every lesson last page will have something like this, where all the elements are summarized. Okay, and this is again for you to once go through and check whether you understand the ones that are given there or not. Somebody has a workbook, Arbeitsbuch. I forgot to bring mine, sorry. Similarly, Arbeitsbuch, if you open the workbook and look at the last 2-3 pages of every lesson, there will be an R for a revision, which will again recap whatever is there in the lesson and 2 or 3 summary exercises. And you will have the last 2 pages. Sometimes if it's a longer lesson, then the last 3 pages will have all the new vocabulary and other information that has been introduced in the lesson. So these 2 pages in the workbook are also very important. Okay, and then you also have something small space which says wichtig für mich. Wichtig is important for me. Whatever you feel is important for you from the lesson, also you can make notes of that. Okay, so it's quite helpful to get used to the structure of the workbook also, and the sooner you do it, the better. Thank you. Yeah.
So in this, the first chapter, 7th page,
Yeah.
there is a statement, Hören Sie erst.
Hören Sie erst den Buchstaben Rap.
When is then used?
That will come. That will come in the next lesson. It will come when den is used. No, yeah, that will come in the next lesson. So just as the other doubt also I deleted right now, like whether verabschieden is a separable verb or not. So that will come in subsequent lessons. So I am not addressing the doubt right now. Similarly, if you understand the instruction, then that is sufficient for now. You don't. The point is right now you don't have to understand every word. If the critical matter is clear to you, what you have, the task, what you have to do is clear to you, and you can do that, then that is what is expected right now. Okay, it is not expected of you that you understand why the den is used over there. But by the time we are into lesson 4, it will be done. Anything else with these two? Gut. Dann kommen wir zu Lektion 3. Dann kommen wir zu Lektion 3. Ja? Lektion 3 in der Stadt. Lektion 3 in der Stadt. Stadt is a city, in der Stadt. Here also you can see that the title of the lesson is in der Stadt, but the title of the presentation is Die Stadt. So why is it Die Stadt here and der Stadt there? Those things will come in due time. Okay. So this we have already done the first couple of slides last time. Just go through that again. Yeah, Die Stadt. Was finden wir in der Stadt? Was finden wir in der Stadt? Zum Beispiel, I wrote it on the board last time. Zum Beispiel. I said a few important expressions in, for example, yeah. And page number? Seite. Yeah. Zum Beispiel. Was finden wir in der Stadt? Typisch, typically, typisch. Was finden wir in der Stadt? Wir finden die Ampel. Ja? Wir finden die Ampel oder die Straße. Der Platz. Der Platz is a square. Yeah, is a square. Der Platz. Yeah. Shall we read one by one the words? If you are loud enough, then we don't need to use the mic. Yeah.
Die Ampel,
Die Ampel,
Die Straße.
Straße,
der Platz,
der Platz,
Der Zebrastreifen.
der Zebrastreifen,
Der Zebrastreifen.
Streifen,
Streifen.
Streifen,
Streifen.
Streifen,
Streifen.
der Zebrastreifen,
Der Zebrastreifen.
Der Bürgersteig.
der Bürgersteig,
Der Bürgersteig.
Bürgersteig,
Der Park.
der Park. Yeah, if any word is not clear, you can just raise your hand and we'll stop. Der Park, Bürgersteig,
Sidewalk.
Sidewalk, footpath, Bürgersteig. Yeah.
Der Bahnhof.
Der Bahnhof,
Der Bahnhof.
der Bahnhof,
Das Café.
das Café,
Das Geschäft.
das Geschäft oder
Der Laden.
der Laden. Okay. Das Geschäft, oder, or. I might use this word also frequently, oder, if I want you to give an alternative. So, or. Das Geschäft oder
Der Laden.
der Laden.
Der Supermarkt.
Der Supermarkt,
Der Supermarkt.
ja.
Das Kino.
Das Kino,
Das Kino.
ja. Das Kino. What is das Kino? Yeah, das Kino.
Die Bank.
Die. Why do you want the bank? Banks are dying anyways. Why do you want them to die in the German class also? Die Bank.
Die Bank.
Die Bank.
Die Bank.
Yeah, die Bank. Yeah. German has a wonderful, other languages also have it, but there is, for example, Bank in German. The same word, die Bank, has two distinct meanings. One is, of course, what is shown over here is the bank. It is also die Bank, the bench also. Also, im Park, der Park, im Park finden wir auch eine Bank. Okay, so in parks also there are benches. That is also die Bank. Then there is the wonderful word called See. See. See? Yeah, someone said sea, someone said lake, both. Okay, so die, if it is feminine, die See, it is the sea. Die Arabische See. An der Westküste von Indien haben wir die Arabische See. Yeah? Arabische See. But if it is masculine, same word, it is a lake. Okay. So, for example, an der Grenze, zwischen is between. Zwischen Deutschland und Schweiz haben wir den Bodensee. If you look at the map in your book, on the inside cover, you will find between southwest of Germany and north of Switzerland, near Zurich, you will find Bodensee. Der Bodensee. The Bodensee, in English it's called, anybody knows what that lake is in English? Bodensee. it's called Lake Constance. It's called Lake Constance, Bodensee, and yeah, it's a very beautiful region. So if it is der See, it is the lake. If it is die See, it is the sea. Okay, and then there is one of my favorites is the word Band. Band. It can be der Band, das Band, or die Band. Die Band actually. But die Band is a giveaway because what would die Band be? A music band, die Band, because it's a direct adopting from English. So die Band is a music band. For example, die Beatles sind eine Band. Okay, or Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd also is a band. These are my time music bands. But the other two are das Band and der Band. So das Band is, for example, rubber is gummi Band. Gummi Band would be a rubber band, yeah. So any kind of a band and any kind of a thing that you can stretch or even not only stretch, but you can wear it also, but a kind of a rubber band, yeah, a band. And there is a der Band. Der Band is a bound volume, that is a book. The bound volume of a book is der Band. Okay, so there are several words which have 2 or 3 different meanings. Sometimes they even have different genders, and each gender will usually have a different meaning. Can you imagine? Yesterday or day before yesterday I discovered as mundane a word as butter. Okay, this is one of the first words I have learnt in German, which means I have learnt it in 1982. Okay, butter. It's so part of my German vocabulary. Brot und Butter, bread and butter. Okay, and yesterday I discovered that butter can also be masculine. I have always learnt it and always known it as die Butter. But I discovered yesterday, and actually I was quite, zapped to see that the alternative given to die Butter was der Butter, and then I had to actually read about it because there is a discussion in a discussion forum. I told you the portal leo.org, no? I have given you that link. Please download the app if you have a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, it's fine. But leo.org, Leo is short for Link Everything Online. It's a wonderful portal for language learning, and it has several bilingual, multilingual dictionaries which you can access through an app free of charge. And you can even join their discussion forums. So they have discussion forums on certain grammar issues, translation. Many translators who are professional translators actually are members of their fora, and they, when they can't find suitable translations, they go onto this forum and discuss and get suggestions. So leo.org is a good app and a good website as well. So that is, I found a discussion actually on this, on the fact that in certain sections of Germany, especially in South Germany, it is, and South Germans are saying that we have always known it as der Butter, as masculine. Now, this is something that was completely new to me, which came to me yesterday. So, yeah, it can happen. It only further enriches your knowledge. Okay, the moment you find out that you are wrong, it's the best moment in your life. Okay, because that will mean one mistake less from next time onwards. So, debunk. Then we have continue after that. Wie heißen Sie?
Ich heiße Swati.
Swati, yeah.
Depost.
Die Post,
Die Schule.
die Schule, die Schule,
Das Hotel.
das Hotel. Here it is T, hard sound, das Hotel.
Das Krankenhaus.
Krankenhaus,
Krankenhaus.
das Krankenhaus. Krank, just the word krank in German means sick. Krank, okay. Krankenhaus. Yeah,
Der Flughafen.
der Flughafen.
Der Flughafen.
Yeah,
Das Stadion.
das Stadion.
Das Stadion.
Yeah,
Das Restaurant.
das Restaurant.
Das Restaurant.
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 Yeah, it's a French word. Das Restaurant. Yeah,
Der Parkplatz.
der Parkplatz. Der Parkplatz. Okay, it's just to get used to the vocabulary. Verkehrsmittel. Yeah, die Verkehrsmittel also we have done. What are they? Verkehrsmittel. Yeah, means of transport basically. Mittel is means. Yeah. Can you see it? One second. I have learnt a new trick. Flug? Flug? Zeug. Europa. Deutsch. Zeug. Noch einmal, bitte. Noch einmal, bitte. Flug. Flugzeug. Ja, das Flugzeug. Das Auto. Der Zug. Zug. G at the end. I want to hear that. Zug. Yeah, der Zug. Der Bus. Der Bus. Ja. Die U-Bahn. Gut. Die U-Bahn.
Die Straßenbahn.
Bahn.
Die Straßenbahn.
Die Straßenbahn.
Das Fahrrad.
Das Fahrrad.
Das Fahrrad.
Yeah. That H, don't have to worry about it much. Fahrrad. Das Fahrrad.
Das Fahrrad.
Das Moped.
Das Moped. Continue. Reverse order.
Das Motorrad.
No.
Das Motorrad.
Das Motorrad.
Der
Reisebus.
Reisebus.
Der Reisebus. Yeah. Der Reisebus. It is also important for us why I am making you pronounce them again. Yeah. Can you see what I am marking? Yeah. Yeah, I am splitting longer words. Yeah. Where are we? Yeah. Der Lastwagen. Take your time. It's not going to fly away. Der Hubschrauber. Der Hubschrauber. Der Hubschrauber.
Das Wohnmobil.
Das Wohnmobil.
Das Taxi.
Taxi. Bus. Taxi. We have to get used to different sounds of these similar words. I mean, they are the same word in English as well, but we have to get used to a different sound. Taxi.
Taxi.
Yeah. Das Taxi. Das Boot. Boat. It's between U and O. It's not exactly U. Okay, das Boot. Die Fähre. Fähre. A umlaut, no? We have learned what happens to A. It becomes A. Yes, no? You remember that, no? Yeah. So, faire, die faire. Yeah. Und? Das Schiff. Das Schiff. One second. Just a moment. We can see, for example, wir haben hier Bus und hier Reisebus. Ja? Reisebus ist auch ein Bus. Okay, Reisebus. What is the other bus you can have? Schulbus. Ja, gut. Schulbus. Okay, das ist auch ein Bus. Okay, so similarly, wir haben hier die U-Bahn, die Straßenbahn und noch eine Bahn? Nee. Die U-Bahn und die Straßenbahn. Okay, so die U-Bahn ist eine Bahn. Straßenbahn ist auch eine Bahn. Okay. Fahrrad und Motorrad. Fahrrad, Motorrad. Rad, das Rad in German is a wheel. Okay. Fahren is to travel. So wheel with which you travel is a cycle. Okay. Das Fahrrad, and if the wheel has a motor attached to it, das Motorrad. Okay, das Motorrad. We have here der Lastwagen. Der Lastwagen. Der Krankenwagen. Krankenwagen? An ambulance is der Krankenwagen. Okay. Lastwagen. Wohnmobil, that's very clear. Wohnen, to stay, to live. Das Taxi, Boot, Auto. Yeah. Somebody had a doubt here? Yeah. A little loud so that we don't have to pass mic, others take the mic.
Can you tell the difference between the A umlaut and E again?
Very simple. A. Bitte. Sagen Sie das. A.
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 It's a stretchy.
Also a little less flat. A.
A.
And A. Okay. So, schnell. Schnell. Boden. Den. Whereas fair, okay, fair is slightly longer, a, fair. So there is a fairly subtle difference between the E and the A umlaut, okay. However, you will come across, in fact I did that exact thing in German too this morning, because we have, are you familiar with the word diphthong? Is a combination of vowels. So we have seen certain typical German diphthongs, for example, IE is always E, EI is always I, AU, AU, EU, OI. So if you have an A umlaut U, that diphthong will be almost the same as EU, OI. Okay. Which was a word this morning okay, we'll find words, not a problem. So I don't know, you have to get used to saying it, but there is a very small difference, just that it is slightly longer and a little less flat, and the E. Huh? Mäuse, yeah, okay, but Mäuse we have not done the word as such. Die Maus, have you done die Maus? No. Die Maus, die Mäuse, okay, why not? So we have in all senses of the term, die Maus, das ist eine Maus auch, and what runs around the house is also die Maus, okay, die Maus, and its plural is die Mäuse, die Mäuse. That A umlaut U is almost like our Europa or Deutsch or Euro, yeah, Mäuse, okay. So the same thing happens with A umlaut. The detours go on and on, sorry, but since we have the word here, and this is a good example to also clarify, like if you have something like this, it means it is feminine, mouse is the word, and additional umlaut and E is the plural, is the plural form, okay. Now you have two vowels here that can take the umlaut, okay. E and I, these two vowels cannot take the umlaut, so it's okay. If you have a diphthong with either E or I and the plural has an umlaut, then you know that E and I can't take it, the other will take the umlaut, okay. But here you have diphthong with A and U, and both can take the umlaut. So how do you decide? In such a case, practically always it will be the first vowel which will take the umlaut. The first one which can take will take the umlaut, okay. Die Maus, die Mäuse. For example, another word like this is also das Haus. Das Haus. Mein Haus ist hier auf dem Campus. Mein Haus. Das Haus. But its plural is die Häuser. Häuser. Die Häuser. Okay. So since we have AU, the umlaut will come onto the A. Okay, die Häuser. Just one more very quick note you can make. I have marked here words, I hope all of you can see them. I have marked here words like Straßenbahn, Motorrad, Fahrrad, Reisebus. Take Straßenbahn for example. Okay, Straßenbahn, but it's not a good example. But anyway, Straßenbahn is a Bahn. We'll take Reisebus. Reisebus. Reisen is a word we have done as hobby. Okay, Reisen, to travel. Okay. It is die Reise is a journey. Die Reise is a journey. Die Reise. And der Bus is the bus. And we are combining the two words into Reisebus. Now, which gender will the new word take, of the Reise or the bus? Why? Because it is a bus and not a journey. Okay. So when you combine words in German, and German you can combine words like nobody's business. It is a wonderful language in terms of. Why don't you Google the longest German word, and you'll find that there is something called a longest German word. I mean, although it is, it should not exist because you can practically go on adding words, nouns, one on top of the other and create long words. But it is something like the captain of the ship, the captain employed by the company which owned a ship which travelled on the Danube or something like that. That there's a one word for that. I don't remember the exact German word right now, but I suppose you can understand why I can't remember the. And another wonderful text to read now that you have dived into the pool is, have you heard of an American writer called Mark Twain? Yes. So Mark Twain made the same mistake that you are making now, but that was 200 years ago or 150 years ago, he made the same mistake that you are making now. He began to learn German, and then he had to write a wonderful autobiographical essay called The Horrible German Language. So you can Google Mark Twain's Horrible German Language, and you will find it's quite a funny. Now that and as you go on making progress in German grammar by bounds, leaps and bounds, you will understand Mark Twain better and better. Okay, so he begins by saying that there must have been something in the stars about my learning German, because as soon as I began learning German, within the first 2 months or whatever it is, 3 of my teachers died. So that's the way he begins the essay. It's freely available online. You can just download it and read it. Anyway, so yeah, Reiserbus. So please make a note of this, that if you have a combination of 2 or more nouns which becomes a new noun, then it is the last of that, the last constituting element of that new compound, which will be the determining element for the gender, because it will usually be that in terms of thing that it is. Okay, so dann kommen wir. These are actually texts from this is the lesson now. If you can also open your book, as you can see, Seite 28 zum Beispiel, and you will find these pictures and descriptions on page 28 of the book or thereabouts. Okay. So what we will do is, we can read through these texts, and I think you can just do an exercise in listening and understanding as I read through the text. If you have the textbook there, you can follow it there as well. Ja. Das ist jetzt Lektion 3 in der Stadt. Der Markt ist über 220 Jahre alt. Hier kann man fast alles kaufen, nicht nur Fisch. Pro Jahr kommen 5 Millionen Besucher. Ja? Der Markt ist über 220 Jahre alt. Is making sense? What sense is it making? It's a market, yeah. It's the building, obviously a market. Then not about. There you have your about. Okay, it's over and above. Yeah, that also is über. Okay, it's over 220 years old. That is also über. Hier kann man fast alles kaufen. Kaufen is a very important verb. Kaufen is to buy. One can buy fast alles, almost everything, almost all. Fast, the word fast in German means almost. Fast alles kaufen. Nicht nur Fisch. So, not only fish, not only fish. Pro Jahr kommen 5 Millionen Besucher. Pro Jahr kommen 5 Millionen Besucher. Yeah, pro Jahr 5 million. Yeah, per year 5 million come. Who? Tourists or visitors? Visitors. Besucher, standard word for visitors. Because German language also has the word tourist. Same spelling, almost the same pronunciation also, tourist. Pro Jahr kommen 5 Millionen Besucher. 5 Millionen Besucher.
Yeah, 5 million Besucher. Sir, we can't identify any subject like for common.
Ha, good question. Can you or can't you?
I mean, it is like after we understand that it's 5 million Besucher, but like it's the
No.
structure is a bit
What is the verb? Common. Who comes? Besucher. So what subject you can identify very easily. But what is the problem?
Is it a passive one?
No.
The ordering of the sentence is like per year.
5 million tourists come every year.
So it's like if
Every year 5 million tourists come. Is there a problem?
Every year
That's English. I mean, that's your, you, I mean, your,
So rearranging the sentence this way is okay.
sorry?
Rearranging the sentence this way is fine.
Can we reorder the sentence?
How would you reorder a sentence?
5 millionen besucher.
5 millionen.
5 millionen besucher kommen pro Jahr.
Fine. Perfectly fine.
Both are.
Yeah. But 5 millionen Besucher pro Jahr kommen, not acceptable. Common will stay where it is. You can play around with the other elements of the sentence, but that's why I said it's a good question to ask. The verb that we are conjugating for the sentence will occupy the second place among all the elements of the sentence, and elements meaning it is not a single word sometimes. For example, here in this sentence, the subject, 5 Millionen Besucher, 3 words go into the phrase that is actually the subject of our sentence. 5 Millionen Besucher, that is one element. Second element has to be the verb, kommen. And then pro Jahr is an adverbial phrase of time, of frequency, which says per year. It's also a phrase with 2 words. So, if you put pro Jahr first, then pro Jahr, kommen, 5 Millionen Besucher, kommen is actually a third word in the sentence, but it is a second element in the sentence. Pro Jahr, kommen, 5 Millionen Besucher. Okay. So, very important rule for a standard sentence in German, the conjugated verb has to occupy the second place, okay, among the various elements of a sentence. Yeah, if you go through the book, you will realize what this market is about. So that will, yeah.
Why is it millionen instead of million?
5.
So okay.
Die Millionen. Eine Million, 5 Millionen.
For 100 you say 500.
Yeah. When we did numbers, I told you that with the million, you hit the first number that is actually a noun. Okay, till there all of them are not nouns. Okay. Pro Jahr. Das Rathaus in Hamburg, now we know which city it is. Das Rathaus in Hamburg besuchen jedes Jahr mehr als 100.000 Menschen aus aller Welt. Okay. Das Rathaus in Hamburg besuchen jedes Jahr das Rathaus in Hamburg besuchen jedes Jahr mehr als 100.000 Menschen aus aller Welt. Here you have the verb besuchen. There you had the noun Besucher. Okay. Jedes Jahr. There you had pro Jahr. Here it is jedes Jahr. Per year, every year. Menschen. Okay. People. Das Rathaus, the town hall, das Rathaus. Es ist über 110 Jahre alt. Das Rathaus ist 111 Meter breit und der Turm in der Mitte, der Turm in der Mitte ist 112 Meter hoch, breit und hoch. Bright, broad, wide and high. Yeah. Let us try and finish these texts tomorrow. And the other element that you have to learn in lesson 3 is to tell directions, ask and tell directions. Okay. So go through that part. I am sure you will understand most of it.